What is up, guys? Welcome back to another weekly watch list video. I'm excited to have you here. As always, thank you guys for joining. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and let's just get right into it. So this week I have the news up here for you guys. Monday, we have PMI, factory orders, ISM services. PMI is just the bigger part of the news. So 9:45 a.m. Make sure you're ready for PMI. Of course, you don't really want to be trading into news, but it's up to you. Nothing Tuesday. Wednesday, we have US trade deficit, consumer credit. Nothing super crazy. Thursday, we have initial jobless claims, which will move the market at 8:30. So we'll get some bias off of that. And then wholesale inventories. That's not really much. And then Friday, nothing. So this week, we don't have a very impactful news week, but it's important to know which days and what time we have news. So hopefully this helped. Moving on to the watch list this week, we're going to be looking at SPY, of course. SPY made this large move into this big supply zone. This supply zone goes from 428 to 431.7. Now, with that being said, we have a large zone. Of course, we had a large move up, large move down, significant move down, making this a credible area for sellers to be at, right? We haven't reached this point until just last Friday. So now we're going to be in this area. So really what I'm looking for is, if we go down to the lower level time frames, a push up into this 430, 431 level to look for a nice rejection. Now we are entering into this zone moving into this week. So we will be watching pre-market where we're going to open up. And honestly, around that 431.7 or 431 area is where I'll be looking for a reject. Looking on the lower time frames, I think this is a decent area to look for a bounce around this 422 to 423 level. As you can see, it was an area of confluence. Right here we touched, and then in pre-market we touched. So multiple times on the smaller time frame, we can see we touched this area. So part of it being a higher high and higher low as an uptrend, I look for a retest around this 423 to continue higher. So that is something that I'll be looking for this week as well. SPY, it's pretty simple, right? If we go out to the daily again, we are in this zone. If we continue to push up here, which one thing I would like to note is we did push up on 2 consecutive candles, higher volume. So we are, trending higher. We don't want to fight the trend, but if there is some type of a reversal area, if there is some type of confluence up here, it would be this 431 area. But again, if we do close above this area, we don't have much resistance up until this 445 to 450 area. So we could make a large move up. Again, you have to be careful and always manage your risk properly. We'll see where we open up Monday, but this 431 area would be where I look for a reversal. Moving on to our next stock, I have Apple. Again, Apple is one where we're approaching all-time highs. I'll be watching this level of 182.94 because it is its all-time high level. Now, we could look for a reject here, or we could look for a breakout and continue making new all-time highs. So this is one where there's no real ideal scenarios. However, once we see this level either break out or reject, we can react and find a play off of this level. So definitely just a key level in my eyes. The high of 182.94 is definitely worth watching. One thing I felt like it was important to bring to you guys was AMD and NVIDIA. AMD and NVIDIA, what is happening? Well, we had this big gap up, and what do we have here? Well, we have a big gap in between. Now we have this nice red candle. If we end up closing and entering this gap, if we start to see sell-off tomorrow or this week off the overall market, AMD and NVIDIA could be large movers to the downside because of this potential gap to fill. So just 2 key stocks to key in on, especially if the market gets weak this week. NVIDIA still looks pretty strong. AMD looks a little weaker. However, these 2 big daily gaps could present some good opportunities. So I definitely keep them on your radar. If we enter those, again, we don't have to be watching these all week. What we can do is set alerts. If we enter this gap, put a price alert right here at this 116.1, and you'll get alert on your phone or your computer so you don't miss out on the opportunity. So I definitely recommend doing that. Microsoft is my next watch, and we have a large supply zone area. It's the high. So we have this large area around this 345. Now, we are a bit away from there, but if we do enter this area, as you can see, we touched it once, twice, 3 times and reject it. What do you think is going to happen the next time we touch it? Good possibility we reject, right? So I would look for a rejection here, and this is definitely a key area I'll be watching during the week because of the potential move we could see to the downside. Now, we are consolidating on the hourly, making nicer moves to the upside. A breakout would be nice, and I definitely think that level of 345 would be a key level of rejection. Now, again, how do we confirm rejections? Well, this is a higher time frame supply zone. So when we trade it, we go on the 5 to the 15 minute and we look at the lower time frames to find entries and exits for that supply. So we look at the level 2, we look at the candlesticks forming, we look for reversal patterns and those type of things. And if you're more conservative, we look for an exit out of the zone. So an exit out of that 345 zone, then you take the trade. You get what I'm saying? So wait for confirmation if you're not sure, but also the biggest key is to manage risk. You want to manage your risk, especially when you're playing with these bigger zones that could smoke you. So make sure you're managing your risk. And following through with last week's watch list, I had Tesla on last week's watch list. And what did we have? Well, we had this channel, right? We had this channel forming these trend lines to give us points of entries and exits. Well, we ended up breaking out of this top trend line, which I said was definitely a possibility on the last week's watch list. And what happened? We break out, but what do I want to focus on more? We break out, and what is this? It's a retest. Perfect, perfect example. Boom. Breakout, retest, continuation to the upside. Literally a perfect setup, what we had from last week, and just one trade that could have profited you all week last week. So definitely a grade A opportunity there. And I think honestly, Tesla's strong from here. I think Tesla's one of the stronger names as of right now, and we can continue higher. I think we can continue higher up to this 234, 240 level actually. So we'll see what the market wants to do this week, but I definitely think Tesla on my radar is a stronger name. This was a quick watch list. This is all I have for you guys. If I have any other updates, I'll upload for you, and I really appreciate you guys watching. You watching makes it all worth it for me to make these videos, maybe learning something, picking up a level here or two. I don't do these because I want you to use the exact levels. I do these because maybe you chart it yourself and maybe you have the similar level that I have. Gives you some extra conviction, and hopefully, it prepares you more for the trading week. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.